here my electron brothers and sisters, uh, so we like football, isn't it? So I found out this Mr. Otto Ebenezer Abora is one of these descendants of Socinus, Emperor Socinus, who's living in Medivh in somewhere near India as well. In 1995, that was the hotel they put me into. It's in Medivh. The hotel was called Clarendon Court Hotel, okay? So this Mr. Ebenezer Abora, they got this Colonel Abora, all that kind of stuff, more colonels by these people, So, Emperor Socinus, two names, very important names who describe him, how he looked and how his nature. Manuel Almeida, Manuel means Emmanuel. So this Emmanuel name is very important, and what's the other? Pedro Alvarez, okay? Petros, Manuel and Petros. So these people, they tell him, they tell us, he was a tall guy, large eyes, big eyes, well nurtured, very, very, very affable. This guy is Gojami, okay, from Gojam. So wearing crimson tunic with breech and all that kind of stuff, man, with the long stuff. So they depict him a typical Somalian, this pirate eye, man, he always searching for these boats and ships. I got you. So this guy is a Gojami. So this Mr. Ebenezer Abara, okay, lives in Medivh. He's a direct descendant. This man is living peacefully, okay? So this Susuna, Daniel Belet's daughter, they called her because of that, okay? Number one. So there was this lady who I was working with at King's College Hospital. She's Ethiopian. Her name was Susuna, okay? So Teklom Haftom, my sister's husband, he looks like this kind of malnutrition, famine Somalian guy. So his daughter, he called her Sosuna. So she's got that official large eyes. Okay? Emperor Sosuna looking like this, big kind of like Somalian kind of big looking, okay? So Sosuna. So this name, Mr. Ato Ebenezer Abara, there is a Portuguese cafe in Stockwell called Funchal. So right in front of it, there was this guy, fat belly Ethiopian guy. I think he was from IT background. So he opened a computer shop. So he called that shop Ebenezer. So there was this guy called Johannes. He's from the radar, tall guy. He speaks loud, sometimes he sprays the saliva when he talks. It's so loud. So this Johannes was his close friend. So the shop was called Ebenezer House, okay? So there are two girls now. They changed it into this hairdresser. There are two girls that are triangles. One Azib and that one Saba. Very right? So Azib, Queen Saba. Very clever people, So this is, okay, about Ebenezer, Mr. Ebenezer Abara, okay? The second one, Ebenezer, is this guy called Orbit, who married my half-sister, my sister from her dad's side. Her mother is called Beleza in Bahrain. So she's married to Mandafora. This guy is from Mandafora Arat, near my local village, okay? So his name in the Facebook was called Ebenezer, okay? So this is Ebenezer, Mr. Ebenezer Abara, okay? Okay? So two Ebenezer, isn't it? The third Ebenezer, this lady called Mehret, I think her parents' origin are from Beleza in Hamasin, Eritrea, okay? So don't forget this Bahranagasi Gabramariam, who handed over this lady, Al-Rumi queen from this Atbara area. So he made a war. This is in the 1600, okay? So she submitted, so he had to send her to Emperor Sisinus. So Emperor Sisinus gave her a lot of gifts and he reinstated her fiefdom, kingdom, okay? Obviously, you can assume he's sleeping with her, obviously. He had so many wives, this Socinus. So he converted into Catholicism, okay? So this guy, so this is the third Ebenezer, okay, this Mihrat in Reed's Road, where this Archbishop Sumner Primary School is in Kennington, okay, in Reed's Road of Kennington Lane, okay, for really boring, tower. I hate that. So she used to live there. Her mom died, I think, so I went there to visit her, okay, so this legacy. What husband was there, Linus, there was other people. So three Ebenezers, okay? Okay. So this is about Ebenezer. So my sister called her daughter, Tohlom, Hampton daughter, Sosuna, typically Sosines with us. So coming to the Sosines name, Mr. Arafine Barha, which is the Minister of Agriculture. He used to be the cultural kind of guy who was composing and writing about our Eritrean culture books like that. So he put a preface note on Abba Isaac Gebreyesus' book. So he knows about this Sosuna thing. So that's why my sister, called her daughter Sosuna. So Sosuna is the female name of Sosinius, okay? Daniel Beleza called his daughter Sosuna. So these people, Daniel Beleza, he knew all this mental depression that they were doing. That is the reason why, okay? So there used to be, there was a guy called Tasfai in Clarendon Court Hotel. He came from Saudi Arabia, a guy, he was into addictions, cannabis. He was always on the brink, cannabis, smoke everything. So he had a son, his autistic son. So he used to frequent Tasfai Sabhat in South Lambeth Road, okay, Lansdowne Center. It's a community kind of youth development. So this guy, that's fine, son used to frequent, okay, all this resume, a buddy from that area from Sweden. So he knew this thing about the socialness, okay. So that's fine, passed away recently, probably around during the COVID times, 4 or 5 years ago, okay. So my friend, these people are trying to lock me down. So you got this gas up guy, still chimney pumping kind of smoker from that area. So this was doing a Tohlom Hatom, Daniel Beletse. Okay, these people go it from Mandafara, who married my half sister. They are right on the power of this Somalian looking Gujami called Emperor Sosines. Okay. So we got all this monk who wrote a book. He's Oromo guy called Bahre. Okay. So there is a Bahre, a brother of my dad brother wife, Letenkiel, okay? So her brother was called Bahare, okay? So in memory of this monk who wrote about this Sosthenes, so this monk, Bahare, from the southern part of Ethiopia, wrote about this Sosthenes. He was saying, because Emperor Sosthenes has abolished all these kind of Musfin, or this regency system in land, everything in Ethiopia, so he wiped out the whole social makeup of this institution of Ethiopia in preparation to make everyone kind of egalitarian, fraternity, kind of like labor kind of thing, because he wanted to prepare the whole Ethiopian institution to accept Catholicism. He converted the whole nation into Catholicism, so he accepted. He sent some invoice to Madrid in Spain and Portugal at the time, like that. So he converted the whole Ethiopian national religion became Catholicism. So 100,000 people converted their religion. So there was a lot of uproar, revolt. So he had to give in. I think he went out from his power, my friend. So then later on, my friend, he was toning down. He was saying to people, hey, Catholicism is not a must. It's not a compulsory. If you don't want it, you can live it. Like you can practice all your religion. So the Catholics of all this Almeida, Manuel Almeida, all these people, the people invoiced from Portugal were really angry when the people stopped. Because the Portuguese, the Catholics were saying all the Ethiopians, Eritreans, they have to stop worshipping on Saturday because it was this Jewish kind of thing. So as soon as Sosines told all the people, no, you cannot. If you don't want to practice only Sabbath on Sunday, it's okay. So the Catholics were so furious and angry, my friend. So my friend, he has to abdict. Was over abduction, his power. Okay. So this Mr. Ebenezer Abara someone who is living in Midvale, very important, my friend. This is the link. That's why these people are chasing me because I don't fall into that pirate Somalian kind of look, my friend. So you got all this Alexander Isaac, okay? So they try to introduce all these people, familiarize all global people. The symbol looks of us looking like it's imperial Socinians, like the Somalian big eye, you know, crimson tunic, well-natured, tall, dark skin, slim body, typical Somalian looking. So they have this potash project, potash salt project, like, you know, they want, because the first customers are the Indians, they want to look the Indian kind of thing, but Somalian, typical Somalian. So because I don't fall into that category, they're changing me, my friend. They don't look handsome as me, my friend. Okay? I don't look like this pirate Somalian kind of thing. Okay, so this piracy, this Socinians try to depict that everyone Eritreans, Ethiopians, we have to look like this Socinians kind of thing, my friend. Okay? Small lips, dark color, tall, kind of warrior with arrow kind of thing, or this Danakali potash project. That's what the whole project is, my friend. Okay? And I sorted out the problem, my friend. So this Arafai Berhe having, he was cultural department head of this writing about history, our history, all that kind of stuff, like, you know. So he knew all this history. Okay, his brother, I mean his sister's son, Sisiros and Tesfaldat Kamario, they are all dwarfs and they got mental depression. All the kids they chase these Socinians, like, you know, in other area, they are mental and their health is not normal. Okay, so his brother, Tesfaldat Kamario, he used to attend class with me when he was there. They're all short dwarfs, like, okay. So Socinians, okay. So Socinians, Sosuna. Yeah, my friend. This is how I crush it down. 30 years, my friend. These people, they try to play with my mind, okay? Chasing me like crazy. So, because they want to have the family, Socinians, Emperor Socinians, okay? So, anyway, coming to this Socinians, Emperor Socinians, abolishing all the old traditional institution, you know, all these people, royalty, all that, really well established, well entrenched with the land, with the tenure system, land tenure system, kind of everything. So we had all that kind of foundation, institution like in Europe, in England, and everything, my friend. So he abolished everything. So that created a gap for this Moron Oromo people. Okay, their name was called Gala. That was the first only, okay, Ethiopian Oromo guy called Bahare that wrote that book. So this Conto Rossini used his idea, okay, his book, Bahare, okay. So Bahare, Lettenkel brother, he's kind of this female kind of thing, like, you know, this kind of gauge kind of Bahare, okay. So this monk who wrote that, okay, Oromo guy. So this, so Sunes, to recap, so Sunes is Gojami guy. So he abolished the whole well-established, well-entrenched institutions that we had in Eritrea and Ethiopia. So he wanted to make everything as equality because I think they were trying to kind of create a new social engineering, new psyche, new value system. That's why he converted to Catholicism. And that's why they got this Manuel Amida, and Petros Alvarez. Is it Petros Alvarez? They have very like that magical look, kind of Somalian guy, like, you know, dark faces, like, yeah, man. This man doesn't speak. He's infallible. His language is like kingly, emperor, that kind of thing, like that. So they try to create that really super magical human create being. So mess it up. Okay, guys, you have a lovely day. So my sister, my Jordanos, my sister was trying to play me up, my friend. Can you believe it? Like, you know? So she made me come to this guy called Dawit in my Timonai, okay? Because this guy was saying like, hey, you lost your crown, or like kind of stuff to your wife, okay? This my sister, Sosuna's mom, told them half to, okay? So she would, they could have questioned me, my brother, and everything, my family, the male people, because obviously if you are representative of your club, you have to be a male because you have to be a fighter, isn't it? Women can fight, but not as strong like men. My sister set me up, my friend. Okay? So she brought this Bahre guy to my village in Bahrain, okay? So that they can memorize this Bahre monk. Okay? She made me go to this Dawit in Maitamanai, looking this Tom and Jerry kind of Topolino kind of like guy like I was angry because I had a problem with my relationship issues. The guy was saying, "Hey man, that's your fault," kind of thing. The guy lives on his wife. His wife is a kind of like this dwarf lady in my Temanai, so she owns the house. So this guy lives on her house. That's on his house. So this lady is a dwarf kind of like kind of very vulnerable lady. So my sister took me there, my friend. So these people they were trying to play with my mind, okay? See guys, my friend, okay? That's football.